And we're live. Hello, everyone. It has been a trial to get here, let me tell you, but we're here, and we're gonna hope that this works. Um, yeah, we're gonna do what we can with the time that we have, but let's get started with a briefing, shall we? Welcome, pilots. It is 2:03 p.m. on November the 21st, 2025. BrotherLeb weather report.
Yeah, weather report for this is for Anderson Air Force Base, which is 22 nautical miles to the south and a hair to the west of, or rather east of our show site. So keep that in mind. But the METAR, as of 1755 Zulu, winds were 050, 8 knots. Visibility is 9 statute miles, so it's a little hazy. It's a little under the 10 statute miles that is standard, and should have no trouble picking up most things, but it will be a bit hazy. Clouds few 900, not modeled in DCS, and broken 21,000. Temperature 26, dew point 25, hence the haze. Altimeter 29er81.
29er81, uncorrected, 40 feet at center point over the water.
Affirm.
It'll be a right turn out of the chocks, right turn on Alpha back taxi 09er. We'll take off 09er. It'll be a left turnout for after the no flap lower go. We'll go out 10 miles, then take a gentle left turn to loop back towards the shoreline. We'll line up with waypoint 2 at waypoint 1 at 10 miles, transferring over to waypoint 2. At which point we'll be on a 10-mile ingress the uh, for the delta head the delta head on, followed by the opposing 360. It'll be smoke off at center point for the opposing 360. Instead of calling merge, I will call smoke off. At which point we'll pull to our behind the crowd angled headings, pull up to 40, and then do our rolls, followed by the opposing knife edge. Everything as normal up until the vertical pitch. We'll do 100 because of the boat. And then, let's see, everything else will be as normal. What about the loop break cross lab? Are we doing what altitude for that one?
Let's see, loop break cross coming around that way. We should be able to do coming down the backside
Should be fine.
of that. There's a big old hill.
You'll just have to break a little earlier than you usually do. It'll be okay.
Yeah. I think we can aim for 150.
All right.
But I will let you know.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
Yep. Absolutely. Sounds good. Okay. Then it'll be a right turnout out of the Delta breakout for the Delta flat pass. From the flat pass, we're going to go straight into the pitcher break to land. So it's going to be a quick right turn, configuring for landing, which will just be switching to rad alt. So stay in form and try and hit that when you can. Just go well clear. So it'll be a right turn, and then we'll just push over the hill, and we'll be right on final for the left pitch break to land. Stagger will be left. We'll taxi back. It will be there won't be a cover wagon. We'll do a left on Charlie, well clear on the left onto Charlie for individual left knives into chocks. Any other questions?
Nope, I don't think so.
All right. With that out of the way, ready brick, and let's switch inputs. Check 1-2. BrotherLeb, you got me? Check. You got me. All right. There we go.
Chariot, how copy?
Lima Charlie.
Good. Okay.
Which, let's be honest, saying Lima Charlie over loud and clear actually doesn't save any time, so.
Yeah.
It's just cool. And the SOP, but whatever.
Well, I haven't really. I don't know whether loud and clear, the words loud and clear,
Are loud.
are as clear on the radio as Lima Charlie
I
are.
don't think they are. I think the more consonants you put into something, the easier it is to understand on the radio.
Yeah. Alrighty, and now DCS will take a year to load because I haven't done anything in DCS in like a week.
And if it's not loud and clear, then 0 to 5 on the loud by 0 to 5 on the clear. So 3 by 5 or 5 by 2, etc. I haven't clicked this in a while. Oh. Enjoy the best Thanksgiving deals of the year. Hey, at least DCS doesn't have the advertisement popped out automatically.
Yeah.
Unlike when I load into Battlefield 6 and have to skip past like 6 different announcements. It's kind of like loading Steam, only in your video game.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you've played a Call of Duty game anytime recently, but I guess you did play Call of Duty.
I played COD 6.
However many million. Yeah.
I just didn't play the multiplayer because I'm just don't enjoy COD multiplayer.
The amount of ads that you get for in-game stuff is very.
Yeah, let's not normalize that.
It's too late.
I don't know.
I wish we didn't. But
I mean, there are
right.
still games being made not like that. The AA space is still pure.
Yeah. Why are we loading? This is the menu. It's fine. Please, thank you. Cool. Server is starting.
Wonderful. I shall join it.
Oh, dude,
Incorrect
I
password. Let's try this again.
I did an aerobatics course, IRL.
Ooh. In what?
So I have done some of these maneuvers in a pit.
Dang, okay.
It was pretty awesome. I did my
That's
last lesson
really
this morning.
awesome. Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have done Immelmans and inverted flight. I've done 4-point rolls. I've done half Cubans, loops, spins. I've been up to 4.3 Gs
How did
and
that feel?
1.6 negative Gs. You feel it, man. It's a lot. It's manageable. You know, like I never got close to graying out, but like it is like every time you're pulling Gs, and for the people that actually pull Gs in the world that may or may not watch this, they're all just like, yeah, it is not incidental. Like when you pull 4 Gs, it is a strain. You are aware that you are pulling 4 Gs.
Amazing.
And it is not comfortable. It's, again, manageable. It's something you can get used to and do a lot, but it is not comfortable.
Now imagine multiply that by 2.
Exactly. Well,
And
actually,
that's the F-16
isn't
guy.
it logarithmic or not
Logarithmically increase that by 2.
Yeah. Or yeah, exponential. I can't remember which, but yeah. Yep.
Log is at this point in the scale, it's the same. All right. Let me know when you're ready for startup.
I'm ready to unpause.
Do that.
In 3, 2, 1, unpizzity. Okay. Hopefully that preset is right. I'm gonna believe. I don't want to fiddle too much.
Yeah, I definitely don't either. All right. Okay. Telemetry picked. Great. All right, advise when ready for startup.
Ready for start.
Battery on, APU on, standby canopy.
Leb.
3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, roger crank.
Leb.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, roger forward.
Leb.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, left engine crank.
Leb.
My practice shows have been flat and low.
Because of weather or just
weather? Low clouds. Alright, left engine crank. In 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by left engine forward.
Leb.
Roll left, roll left.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by F6.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Go for FCS.
In 3, 2, 1, mark.
Test.
I'm not in test. What's the... I forgot what the key binding is to hold. I'm spacing.
Yankee.
Thank you. Alright. Chariot's in test. Chariot's FCS is go.
Leb FCS is go.
Stab reset 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. Stabs 3, 2, 1, mark. There we go. That was weird. My flaps started up and it didn't hook onto my throttle.
Oh, weird. Is that fixed now?
It's fixed. Chariot's IFA is holding. Web IFA holding. Chariot's up tree on 1.
Web up Tricom 1.
Chariot's up 16 com 2.
Web up 16 Com 2.
Discord check.
Good.
Take off jacks.
What?
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 18 tree. Check your altimeter set. 2981 for an uncorrected center point elevation of 0 feet. Check rowing 0. Check your FCS 12. 30, 30, 30 down 2. Check your fuel. Seat armed. Lights out.
What?
Check your smoke pressure on. Smoke on. Smoke off.
Good. Good afternoon, Chariot. Updated winds are 050 for 8 knots. That will be a slight, let's see, right headwind on takeoff. Check your altimeter set 2981 for an uncorrected center point elevation of 0 feet. Check your correction. Chariot squawk 1205, Web squawk 1206. You're cleared to taxi right out of Chalks, right on Alpha. Left for back taxi 09 or line up and wait 09.
Thanks, Lab. Cleared to taxi. Back taxi 09 or Lab and wait 09er. Solos, we're cleared to taxi. Check park ways off. Chair sprung up to 75% off. Brakes now. Chariot's coming right. Give me 2 in trail.
Going without the visor.
Yeah. Chariot's easing power to 70, letting roll.
Yeah, actually that is a little better.
We're coming right, going.
What?
Stand by cover wagon.
What?
Ready, split. Reference 25 knot cover wagon. Yeah, the haze will affect visibility today. Be interesting.
I measured it.
Oh no, I'm not disappointed, I'm just exclaiming. They might even back taxi this at 30. But we're not going to. BrotherLeb detach.
What's the tap?
Tracy's Smart 68, letting them roll. Little brakes. Easy brakes. Off brakes now. Coming right for lineup. Okay. Little brakes, easy brakes, little brakes, brakes. Chariot 2981 set, 0 feet right out.
Well, 2981 set, 0 feet, right up.
Check your flaps half, Chariot's flaps half, 321, 2 degrees down, barrel out.
Web, flaps half, 321, 2 degrees down. Or correction, red.
Solos, we're clear for takeoff. Updated winds are 05048. That's a left headwind. Check your park is off. Maneuver our no flap lower, go maneuver left turn out.
Lab, no flap below, go. Let's rock the show at Songsong.
Check your park is off. Let's roll up. Off brakes now. Blowers ready now. A little pull. Ease the ball. Stand by, roll. Rolling out. Rolling out. Easing power, 240.
Contact.
270, come left. $300, easing power. $320.
You got it.
Right. Easing the pull. Easing more pull. Further left, easing power and a little more pull. Easing more power. Easing the pull, rolling out. Arrival checks. Chariot 2981 set, waypoint 1 of the box, barrel out.
Left.
Easing a little power. Time to go. We're coming left. A little pull. A little more pull. Easing some pull. Easing the pull and roll it out. We're coming back left. A little pull. Ease on the pull. Rolling up some bank. A little more bank. Coming back left. Adding a little power. Further left. And a little more. Work will come back right. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. Coming back right. We're rolling out. Slows are 8 miles for the head on.
Left.
Slow switching 8 com 1. Trades back com 1.
Up a big comp.
Coming easy left. Going. Sorry, go on west.
Left.
We're rolling out. Easing a little power. We're in for the head-on at 1,000 feet. And we're 8 left.
Left.
Rolling a little back. Using a little power. Smoke on. Off. Solos attach. Solos are clear. Mark. Center point. I'm going to be slow around the corner. Ready, hit it! Smoke on. 380 mark. 365. 370.
Left. Little.
370.
On.
Numbers, contact.
Contact.
Smoke off. Stand by, roll. Pull the 40. Stand by, roll.
Click.
Roll. Trace clear and clearing. Behind the crowd for the knife edge.
Left.
1.8. Mark.
1.6. Miles. 3.5. 4 miles.
11 early beam. Iron, take a part.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. 40. Chariots in for the opposing knife edge.
Webs in. Opposing knife edge. Seconds mark. 0.1 ahead. 360. Miles mark 407. 2 miles mark 399.
Center point's a little bit off. Fly the boat.
Fly the boat.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact. Smoke off. Ready, hit it. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Roll. Trace clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing inverted rolls. 1.8. Mark.
2.2.
Gotta remember that wind. My bad. 3.5. 4 miles.
11 rear beam.
Lobby.
Rear take mark.
Take.
Stand by, mark it. 9. Chariots in for the left inverted.
Leb's in left inverted. 10 seconds. Mark on time slow. Three miles. Mark for 10. 2. Hold. 2 miles. Mark 400.
Ready, hit it. Slow down.
Go right, go right,
Looking good.
go right, go right.
A little dry. Ready, hit it. Stand by, roll. And pull. 134.
Left.
Stand by, roll. Cheersley, and clear mouth the crowd for the Fortis. Come up, Took's coming down.
Contact.
320. 315. Ease in a little power. Ease in simple. Rolling out a little back. 315. And we're rolling out, easing power 310. Souls on the ground, setting up the Fortis check line lights on.
Leb, you'll have to.
Chariot. We're coming left. Coming further left. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Stand by the gear. A little more pull. We're at the 90 for the Fortis. Gear down, hook down, flap up, boards up.
Leb, gear down, hook down, flat support.
Adding power. Adding more power. Ease and some pull. Rolling out a little bank. Ease and power. Ease and more pull. Adding a little power. Rolling out the Fortis. Chariot is rolling in.
Cleared.
Little outboard and 200 high. Center point. Transmission out. Rolling out.
Clear.
Coming back left. Set. Stand by the gear. Hook. BrotherLeb, knock it off. Cheersley, I'm clearing on the crowd for the MRT State 8-3.
Leb, state 8.
The party begins.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. Circling 5 miles for the MRT. And turning in 5 miles for the MRT. Four miles, mark 335. Three miles, mark 350. Remember the wind. Two miles, mark 350. 1.5 MRT. 1 mile, mark 350. Burners now. Ready, hit. Good entry.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
He's on the pole. Comes the pole. Pull it. Kick it.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Chariot's pushed down. Leveling out 1200. Coming right. Comes the pole. Ease the pole. Rolling out. Smoke on. Smoke off. Easing a little power. 290. 310. .335. Souls on the ground, setting up the opposing MRT.
Left, get you.
Chariot. Stay frosty.
Left.
Ease on a little power. We're coming right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Look for tree 1-4 coming further right and a little more pull. Ease on the pull. Rolling out. The opposing MRT. 7 right, easing lots of power. A little pull to level, smoke on fleet.
Pretty wide. We're 5 right. Adding a little power to catch cars.
Smoke off.
Little nose slow.
Ready, hit it. Smoke on. 380.
Slow.
350.
Same.
360.
Little fast. Contact.
Contact 365. Numbers.
What?
Merge. Stand by, roll. Pull to 40. Stand by, roll. 2, 3, and roll.
Clear.
Roll. Tracks clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing horizontal rolls. 2.7 mark.
2 point or Matra. I stalled on that. Or at least I got a stall warning. 4 miles.
Luminary beam.
B.
There, take a mark.
Take.
Stand by, mark it. 12. Chariots in for the left horizontals.
What's in the left horizontals?
Let's take it out.
Up. 10 seconds. Mark point 1 behind 390. Work the name. Three miles. Mark Forest. Still work mag. 2 miles. Mark 400.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact. A little pull. Ready, hit it. Burners. Pull. Stand by, roll. Burners. Pull. Ease on the pull. Rolling out 7-0.
8-3.
Chariot's coming right. And clearing behind the crowd for the sneaked vertical state 6-5.
Lip state 6-8.
Chariot's gonna save some fuel. That tailwind is crazy. Chart circling 5 miles for the St. Timber Falls. My chart's turning 5 miles, St. Timber Falls. Four miles, Mark 174.
A little behind.
3 miles, Mark 183.
A long time.
2 miles, Mark 0.85. 1 mile, Mark 0.89, full burn.
Smoking.
Chart star 96.
Ready. Stand by.
Woof. On the low out. There he goes.
10,000 clouds.
Awesome factor, high show clears.
I show.
Chart circling 3 miles, 3.5 rather, for the solo loop.
Looks clear 13.
Chart's turning 3.5 solo loop. He's on the pole. Rolling out the solo loop outboard. Smoke on. Adding power. Up. We go a little more pull. Adding power. Adding more power. Vertical 5-5. Easing power. Easing more power. A little comes the pull. A little more pull. Ease the pull. Easing more pull. Go Diamond Singer. Inboard chariot. Smoke off. Chariot detach. Chariot detach, boss. Luminary beam.
Beam.
Luminary take mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. 5. Chariots in for the right knife edge.
Left in, right knife in.
Correction, right 4 point.
Right 4 point. 10 seconds. Mark 0.1 behind 350. Miles. Mark 4. Miles. Mark 4.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact smoke off. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll.
Click.
Roll. Trace clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing vertical pitch. 2 miles, mark.
2.2. With the wind.
Yeah, I beat you at center point that time.
3.5 mark. 4 miles.
Luminary beam.
Beam.
And take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. 38. Chariots in for the left vertical pitch.
Left and left vertical pitch.
100 lub.
100. 10 seconds. Mark 0.1 ahead. 380. Three miles. Mark 405.
Stupid wind.
2 miles, mark 400.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact. Add it up. Ready, hit it. 7 left. 60. Stand by, roll, and pull. Power's idle. 45, 40, 35, 30. Horizon, now 84.
81 Earth. Contact 1000 low.
Contact power's in. 2 miles mark.
0.5 head.
1.5 mark 500.
0.5 head.
1 mile mark 500. A little pull. Ready, hit it.
Roll left, roll left.
Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Traceley, and clear behind the crowd for the inverted takeoff roll contact.
What's coming up? 340. 345. There's 350. Hold through good. Ease in the pole. Rolling out. 355.
You got 2 left.
So behind the crowd setting up the inverted roll.
Chariot,
Stay loose.
chariot.
And we're coming left. Coming further left. Easing a little power comes the pull. A little more pull.
Boards, dude, boards.
So the 90 for the inverted tuck roll.
Chariot, check the boards.
Easing some pull. Easing more pull. Rolling out spank. Adding power. Rolling out and up we go. This is gonna be quick. Ready. Up.
Swung on.
Little dry. Ready. Click.
Clear, swung off. Stand by, roll. Pull to 10 degrees. Stand by, roll. Rolling out. Coming left.
It's out.
Contact.
Ease the pull. Rolling out. Come back left 350. Adding power. 355. Little pull 360. 37. 375. Easing that pull. And rolling out 380. Easing power.
You got 2 left.
Well, easy more power. So behind the crowd setting up this section high alpha.
Chariot.
It's gonna be a left quartering tailwind.
Chariot. Keep the boards in as long as you need.
We're coming left, easing lots of power. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. Stand by the board. Easing more power. A little more pull. Rolling out some bank. Easing some pull. Rolling out more bank and easing more pull. And we're rolling all the way out real smooth. Easing power. We're high. We're gonna let it fall. Go, line of rest. 200. Stand by the boards.
That's a bad idea.
185. A little pull 180. 170. 165. 160. 155. 150. 145. 140. 135. Pull into the set. Adding power. Set it. Smoke on adding. We're flying.
Center point. Wave it off.
Pull on a 60.
Chariot's breaking left 270.
Contact.
290. 305. 320. 335. 345. Easing some pull. Rolling up some bank. Easing lots of power to hold 360. And we're rolling out. Sold up on the ground, send up the Fortis a little drive.
You got it.
Chariot. He's in a little power, a little more drive. He's in the drive. We're coming left. Easing a little power. Coming for left comes the pull. A little more pull. We're at the 90 for the one.
Left.
Little further left. He's in the pull. Rolling out. The wander. Smoke on. We're inboard to outboard lab.
Left.
1 mile mark. Half mile mark. Ready, hit it. Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. Ease pull. Roll out. Easing power. 355. A little pull. Easing a little power. 360. Adding a little power. 357. Souls behind the Delta's behind the crowd. Send up the Delta roll chariot. 38.
Left 4-1.
Easing a little power. Coming left. Comes the pull. A little more pull. A left-hand turn for the Delta roll.
Left.
A little further left and a little more pull. Easing the pull. And out. Easing more pull. The Delta roll.
Clear.
Smoke on. Up. We go. A little more pull. Okay. Rolling out. A little. Easing the pull. coming back left. A little pull. Or left-hand turn off fluidly.
What?
Smoke off. Easing some pull. Further left. Easing more pull. A little further left. Adding a little power, easing the pull, rolling out. The flirtily outboard inboard up. We go a little more pull. Smoke on. Rudder brake. Smoke off. Stand by, roll. And pull. Contact.
Easable. Rolling out.
Transfer, rear right quarter, coming right.
Contact.
417. Little pull. .420, ease in power, coming further right, comes the pull. Chariot. Smoke on. Further right. A little more pull. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. Up. We go a little more pull. Okay. Set. Okay. Set. Smoke. Off. Go, get up.
Click.
Transfer contact.
Love's level 27,350, tracking 025.
Plenty of fuel.
We're coming right through 360. Go further right. Comes the pull. A little more pull 380. There's 400, a little further right. A little more pull.
Got 6 months.
Still in a right-hand turn for the loop across plus 150. A little more pull.
Cherry 300.
Ease in the pull. Rolling out. We're a little outboard and a little low. Adding power, a little pull to level. Inbound for the loop across. Up we go a little more pulse.
Don't think, just do.
Vertical 50. A little ease comes the pull. Red. Outboard, 0.1. Smoke. .5 mark 400. Well, not mark 400. 1.5 mark 399. 2 miles mark 404. 2.5 mark. 3 miles, mark up we go, and a 4G. Vertical 458 Alpha. Horizon now 75. Power's idle 25, 35, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Roll it. Hair steep. 3 miles mark. Leveling out 150. 2.5 mark 4. 2 miles mark 406. 1.5 mark 4. 1 mile mark 395. 0.5 mark 400. Smoke. Ah. Clear.
Clear, sir.
Boss coming left. 39. 350 adding power catcher.
Contact.
Ease the ball. And rolling out.
Deedle, deedle.
350. We're coming back left. Coming further left comes the pull, easing power, a little more pull.
You got too low.
Left. Delta's in a left-hand turn for the Delta Brake. That'll be a right turn out.
Chariot right, turn out.
A little further left. Ease and some pull. Ease and more pull. Adding power smoke. Ease and more pull, and we're rolling out. It'll be 5 left. Ease and more pull. Little roll through there, my bad. Adding a little power. Ready.
Potato two.
Set.
Ish.
Smoke.
Sure, Spear. 135. 280 at 1400. We're coming right 310. $320. Ease and some pull. Rolling further right. 325. Trade switch in waypoint 3. Ease barrel 330. Delta's in right-hand turn for the Delta Flash.
Leb, you'll have 6.
Smoke on. Ease and some pull. Easing power. Easing more power, easing more pull. Coming further right. Ease in the pull. Roll. The Delta flattens. We're in.
Take it in.
Center point. Smoke off. Adding a little power, coming right. Go well clear.
What is clear?
Arrival checks.
Left.
Chariot 2981 set. Rat out.
Left, 2981.
He's in the pull. Rolling out. A little drive. Coming through. A little more drive. Sorry about that.
You're good.
He's in the drive. He's in power. He's in more power. We're at the numbers for the Delta left network land smoke on. 600 feet leb. And 5 fast. Center point, boss frigate.
Left.
He's in the pull. Rolling out 300.
Let's roll out 300.
Smoke off. Gear flaps. Chairs gear flaps hook up.
Let's gear flaps.
Chairs coming left 280. 260. 240. Chariots at the 90. Check up 3 in the green. Update winds are 050 for 8. Staggers left.
Left 3 in the green, stagger left.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
210. 180 idle. 160. 140 all the way.
Let's 160.
First bars.
140 all the way. Little way.
Sure, it's okay.
That's okay. That's okay, Chariot.
Chariot landing checks.
Left.
Check, short pressure on. Check a job, sticker flap, pick a line, lines left, get your trim and safe seat.
What?
We'll go well clear on Alpha for, on the Tron to Alpha for individual left hand seat checks.
Left.
Check your parking off. Chair sprung up to 75. Off brakes now. And Chariot's coming right. Coming to you on the right wing.
Left, dude.
Thanks, Leb. Nice flight.
Yeah, that's alright.
Form flying sucked, but you know.
Oh yeah, mine was awful.
Chariot's east and power 7. Leb
Those are
and
ball.
boss. Chariot's east and power 60 and Leb. We're coming left for left door clear.
Lab's clear.
We're coming right. Little brakes, easy brakes. Off brakes now. by 6. Coming left for parking. Okay. Little brakes, 10 feet. Little brakes, brakes. Stand by, canopy engines.
Lip.
And 3, 2, 1, mark. And that's a show.
Let's show.
Alright. Trace gonna come out from under the hood for the debrief.
Lib.
Check, check, 1, 2. BrotherLeb, you got me? Check, 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 1, 2. BrotherLeb, you got me?
What's up?
What's up?
That one felt like a solid D.
Yeah. I don't know. It was kind of a C minus for me.
Yeah. It's
That-
been a minute, so.
Yeah, that tailwind was not particularly enjoyable.
No, it was not.
Like, there were multiple times where you were like 4 miles mark, you know, 2 ahead 350. Or like 380, and I'm like, oh. And so I go idle brakes, and I can't make up the difference. All the way into the box.
Yeah, I think flying ground speed is probably.
Yeah, we should have. I forgot that we had briefed that we could do that.
Because I
should've
thought about it,
switched
but
us
I
in
was
there.
like, we didn't talk about it. He's not calling for it. We didn't brief it. So I'm just going to fly indicated. But it did occur to me.
It's something you can propose as we're outbound, as well.
Okay.
All right. I think I do this by. Let's see whether or not the stream hates me when I do this. All right. I should be outputting to you now.
Oh, right. Nadai.
Apparently not.
Well, I
Oh.
disconnected from it. So I've started it again.
Uh-huh. I'm not sending anything. Well, then again, you're not looking at it, so.
No, I'm not. But I want to do that.
I keep forgetting how smart this program is.
Where does this thing live? This lives here. Right? Nope, doesn't live there.
You can just look for it. It's, I forgot what it's called. It's like, what? Not Access Manager. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Monitor.
Oh, yeah.
But what is it?
Studio
Studio
monitor. Yep,
monitor.
that's it.
Studio monitor. Here we go. That's the local. I don't want that. NDI tool 6. Now we're talking.
Oh, can't sing more of that.
Oh, you don't want to get copyright struck? Why ever not?
Actually, it wouldn't be a copyright strike. It would just be a notification. And as was noted by our high show, we don't really care about making money off of this, so they can have all of our money.
All right. I'm getting Chariot's PC in theory, but it's not doing it. NDI. I don't have any client connections currently.
Okay. Let me leave and then rejoin. Okay, we're just taking its sweet time. Let's try this again. Ah! Just doxed.
Huh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, well. Alright, so I'm connected now.
Yep, I see a client.
And I should now be sending...
Yep, Chariot's PC, OBS. Yeah, I see it. Grand.
Now my stream bitrate is lower, but you know.
Understandable.
Yeah. It's... OBS is so grumpy right now.
We could not do it this way, too. Like, I don't have to see it.
Yeah, let me try... Let me try the virtual camera again.
Okay.
Voice and video settings. Video. OBS virtual camera. How about now? It looks like it's working. Can you see it in Discord?
Discord, I can.
Look, it's my webcam.
Yep, that'll work. Okay,
Cool.
I'll close
That's
the
weirdly
studio monitor,
cut off.
shut down NDI.
Alright. Exit out of... Alright, let's go over that. That was a Saturday show at Songsong. Let's see. Major safeties. I would consider the... I think I only have one, which is that the drive at the end there. I did some maneuvering. I did not call it out. It was just... That was horrible. That was a horrible approach. And I think that's constitutes a safety, and I'll fix it for next time. I'm glad to be here.
I had a lot of them. I stalled on the clear from the opposing MRT, or I got a stall warning. I had a couple of dangerous rejoins, a couple of really big wing climbs. Yeah, we'll have to. I will make a tally, but yeah, there are many. I will fix my safeties for next time, definitely, and I am glad to be here.
All right. Let's get rolling, shall we? Yeah. Taxi seemed fine. No notes.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
The only note I would have is that I went out. I detached. Like I realized I was ahead in detached position while I was flipping switches when we were like rolling down the runway before we turned around, and I just stayed there, which I think in the future I'll want to try to stay line abreast and not go detached before you call it.
Alright, so no flap blower go. Did a little bit of throttle jocking to make sure that we were still line abreast, but I don't know, the rest of the maneuver seemed fine to me. I don't really have any notes on that. I'd call it a B.
Yep, I call it B2. Once I went into the maneuver, I was no longer paying attention to what altitude you were at, and you had added some drive, and I guess I added more based on what it looks like we were altitude-wise. I had to come back up to you, but other than that, it seemed fine.
Cool. Transit was long, as it is at this show site. The head-on. This maneuver I just can't maintain speed at all, especially turning into that headwind.
Yeah, that hill and the headwind, yeah.
Yeah, I got a hill and a headwind, and so that just like defeats any attempt at having speed. But was calling my numbers, doing the best I could, and we even crossed left, so yeah, I think I'm going to be a little high compared to you, so I'll try and fix that for next time. And then my clear was fine. C.
I actually don't know who's in charge of altitude for that, because I'm looking into you. Like,
It's
I can see where
probably
we are
you
altitude.
then.
So, yeah, I think that's probably on me. And I remember thinking I'm low. I should have been higher. So, yeah. Yeah, similar. I was struggling on the form flying, getting in here. And then the altitude thing. Oh, yeah, another safety. I got really, really low over that hill. Like, I had to think about dodging a tree. And that was
Yeah.
spooky. And then I was low on the hit, but this is probably, yes, this is an F, I think, for that low safety thing. But yeah.
I'm guessing your brain went to opposing MRT mode with the hit alignment. But, alright, so, knife edge. I was really struggling to make closure based upon your headwindness. And so we're 3 left, as most maneuvers will be today. The hit otherwise looked good. My clears were pretty nasty. C.
Yeah, looking at the, if you look at the weather box, that's a 30 knot differential.
30?
I'm picking up 15 knots and you're losing 15 knots.
Yeah.
So it's not 30 knots of wind, but the delta is 30 knots.
Would explain it.
Yeah. So I think if we're aiming ground speed, that'll clear up some of that stuff. Yeah, lineup was pretty good. I was a little early on the first, or a little late on the hit, and like speed was a thing. The clear was not very good either. This is, yeah, C territory.
Alright, inverted, I was trying to make the hit work all the way in with the speed, but it was still early. So, that's life. Rolled inverted was a little sloppy, but the rest of the maneuver was fine. Hit 2 left again. Rolls were good. Clear behind crowd was good. Another C.
I was all over the place on the power coming in here, so that didn't make any of your job easier, although it sounds like you're mostly idle boards for these. Inverted was fine. I lost a lot of altitude when I got inverted. I didn't bring enough drive in, and so I had to come back up, so that was not great. Clear was okay, and I remembered, oh yeah, there's a hill, so I need to not pull, like do a flat pull. So I'm glad that I remembered that. But this is probably a C minus.
Alright, Fortis. The turn in was fine, but once I got inverted, I just sank like a rock, so that's probably a safety. Rest of the maneuver was fine. The rollout was good. I think the clear timing is going to be good. A little early, which is weird. But then the clear was pretty decent. Let's see what the final clear timing is. I think it's going to be a little late. Ooh, no, it's on time. Great.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, but because of the sinking, that's an F. So, fix my safety. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, form flying was still a little sketchy. I was like in my head about it. But I think I hid the jet okay until kind of the end game, and I got it a little what's going to look like ahead of you compared to crowd. Yeah, when you sank, I had to figure out how to get down there without like doing a very drastic maneuver, so it didn't look bad from the crowd. But I kind of worked my way in there, and I think I was roughly in the right spot. I didn't get quite far enough aft before you rolled out, so when we came left, I was kind of trailing you. You can see it once you roll out of your the maneuver, and I was a little nose high, so it's gonna look like we're on top of each other from the crowd, so that's not ideal. I kind of worked my way back into the right position by the end of it, but I need to do that once we get to that point. So this is a C.
MRT. Don't really have much to say about this. I think I left it a little bit too late to do the drive out, which is why I was at 1200. But that meant that we didn't have to climb any to go over the hill, so that was nice. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this. I think it's another C because of the climb out issue. But I managed the wind well this time. With the headwind, you have to be slower than you expect for the pull up. Otherwise, you overspeed and you can't turbo nose low.
Yeah.
Or whatever nose low it is. Person who's grumpy about the turbo nose low comment.
Yeah. The timing on this was all right. I was a little slower, so I was a little bit behind you and not straight up line abreast once we got pointed behind crowd. But I think the timing was pretty good, and I managed that pretty well. I just didn't keep enough smash on the jet around the corner. Yeah, B.
Opposing ORC, I have yet to be able to turn hard enough to make this lineup not overshoot. I have tried everything, and this was the most aggressive I've been, and we are still right. It's just with the headwind coming out of the MRT and how slow I'm going, like it'd have to be a slower MRT clear turn, I think, just to put us further out over the. I even angled us at like 10 degrees coming away from center point, and it still couldn't. It still didn't work. So whatever. We were also going really fast, so I handed lead to you, so we had to work on that. And then I was very slow around the corner after the hit. And because of that and the massive tailwind that you had, we were again like 4 or 5 left by the time we did the hit. And I was like full gates trying to get there. So that was a bummer. My clears were fine, if a little bit wobbly on the final 90. Oh, thanks. D.
Yeah, I mean, you said stay loose, so I did. I think some of also a contributing factor to making this turn difficult is that we're coming down the hill. So like you're picking up airspeed as you're turning, in addition to already getting pushed and all the other stuff. So that's part of it. I was really wide. I was trying to work it in by the time that you gave me lead, but I didn't. I didn't trust myself to like really jockey it in there in a hurry, and so we ended up being really wide to start that, and that was not ideal. My roll and pull was fine. I got down to about 80, but then you were slow, and I need to remember when you're slow, I need to just ease a ton of pull and pick up some extra speed because I have to correct it. I have to gain more outbound, like lateral travel in the first 180 degrees, because after that, the other option is to ease out pull after that, and then you get way out in front and like toward the crowd, and you get in the danger of crowd violating and other stuff. And so what I did instead, once I realized I was ahead, was I pulled out power, which is about all I could do at that point, but there was nothing for it. And then I think when we hit, I was doing like, what am I doing indicated? Like 360 knots indicated. That's not too bad. But I should have plugged like one can of blower or something on the clear, because I was like, I could tell after the first turn. It's like, oh, this is not. You can see it. It's like wobbly as all heck.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I don't know. Not ideal. True airspeed. I'm like inverted, nose high, and doing 300 knots, which is still way above stall, but like I was getting like gear and stall and all sorts of warnings.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, boy, I don't know. This is probably a D. There's just a lot of things that like I identified problems and didn't do the right things to fix them.
Alright, horizontal rolls. I was idle boards all the way in again, until we hit the box and still didn't solve the problem really, I don't think. Let's see where we hit here. This one was better. It's only like 2 left. But then I was low on airspeed compared to you. So that's the difference in the altitude. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself another C for this one. There's not much to talk about. Just gotta fix the approach and the wind.
Yep. These inbounds were inconsistent with the speed. I was low at the 1.5 mile mark and had to come back up because I like not paid attention to that. Roll and pull in the middle of that. I was like got it confused with the vertical pitch, and so I like eased a little bit at 60 before pulling all the way to 80. And then look at this.
Yeah.
I didn't have I could tell like the tape was drifting, and I didn't do anything to correct it. So I had a little bit of like wing down or something. Looks like a little bit of right wing down. And then when we rolled over, like that angle is horrid. So anyway, this is another D.
All right. Try to save a little bit of fuel on the outbound for the sneak. That was good because I finished the show when we parked up with 1500. So yeah, it's just with the headwind, you just don't pick up a lot of airspeed. So the Mach number doesn't climb that much. So had to put in cans at 1.5. Was full burner all the way into the box that way. Clear was fine. Not much to talk about here. B.
Let's see. So I turned in at the right time, and then I didn't pull toward crowd. So I actually had to bring in a ton of pull and was worried about bottoming out. I didn't, but it's like kind of hard to tell over the ocean. So I was like, this is a little nervous. And then I was basically military power all the way in, because I was a little behind where I needed to be, but I was already at like 9.4 Mach or 0.94 Mach. And so I just held it there. But my angle was way off. Rolls were all right. Not the most stable rolls I've ever done, but, you know, well within parameters. And then the clear was roughly behind crowd, but I was using I was just a little behind the jet and using the wrong reference point because I got to remember there's a big island off to my, like, over my, what would that be? My left shoulder when I'm inverted like that. And I kind of I had the wrong reference point. So overall, that one will be, I think it's another D.
Alright, this whole loop was weird. When it got up high and it just pushed the jet like toward the jet's nose towards the crowd, so like I ended up with right wing down over the top, which was very funky, but then it worked itself out as we came back down the hill. And yeah, it was more or less an even loop, a little bit outboard, so that was good. 4-point, I made the wrong call initially that it was the knife edge, but then corrected it to the 4-point. And this one, I was like, I'm not going to be behind this time, and I wasn't. I was ahead. We ended up crossing. Where did we cross? Like just one right, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, clears were fine. I'm gonna give myself a B minus for that one. Oh, my 4 points were actually bang on, so that was nice.
Yeah. Let's see. So I was in the right piece of sky and actually carrying a bit more knots than I normally do for the setup. Inbound was okay. I think the lineup was pretty good. And the actual 4 points were pretty solid. This was probably my best clear, but I'm looking at it and it's shallow on both angle and like azimuth and pitch. So I need to fix that. I need to pull to the actual heading, which I wasn't on, and I need to pull up to the 25 degrees, at least initially, which I didn't get to. So it's just a little shallow for both of them. And I've noticed that I've just been getting sloppy with those, so I need to improve them. So this is a C.
Take a look at the timing here. Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's going to look good from the crowd. That might be the right altitude, too.
Yeah.
So, first time since the Airshow project.
Yeah, dude.
All right, moving on to the vertical pitch. This one was a party. I was, once again, idle boards like until 1.5, and I was like, well, I need to get up to speed so I can climb. But then I had so much smash on you.
Uh-huh.
When we went to the hit, it was crazy. But hey, we evened out once we climbed up, so it's like 5 left, and then you started going faster than me actually, which is interesting.
Uh-huh.
You pulled a lot harder than I did over the top. And then at that point I'd just been blown half a mile up there, so I was full military power all the way into the box. And like just eased it off at 1 mile so I wouldn't completely overroll this, but yeah, I was doing some nasty and my roll was so fast. But I expected it, so it was fine. C minus. I just need to fix those inbounds.
Let's see. So yeah, my inbounds were weird because I was way further outbound than normally. Like I didn't come to the right heading after the clear from the 4-point for reasons I don't understand. Like I don't even remember making a conscious decision to be that far off of the angle, so I must have just read the tape wrong. So I was fixing this inbound heading the entire way in, and it still didn't quite get right. If you look at the tracks as we cross, like they're conflicting flight paths, so that's not ideal. I knew it too. I knew it. I pulled a lot more than you did over the top. I don't really know why. It wasn't a conscious decision to pull more. I think I just misjudged how much you were going to pull or something. Because by the time when you said Horizon now, and you didn't say Horizon now when I was getting close, and so I actually pushed. Maybe I just eased all the way out to try and like settle it on the horizon before I got there. But then I was like a half a mile early, and I knew I had the tailwind, and so I was idle boards in, and then at like probably 0.4, dropped the. I don't remember actually if I had boards in or not, but I was idle, and then I actually plugged blower for the clear so that I would actually be able to roll it and pull. But yeah, not ideal on a number of levels. So this one's another D.
On to you.
Right, yeah. The section in vertical roll. Let's see. Overall setup was all right. Because I turned early, though, I was just waiting for the ship to come into view around the corner of the hill, and that took a really long time. So I think in the future I want to like extend that turn and not turn so tight early on, so I have the ship in sight for longer. Because that meant that the whole thing just happened really fast after that. The actual roll to inverted was pretty stable. It was just really short the entire maneuver, and then the clears felt decent. I kind of overrolled the first roll to straight and level, but then after that the rest of the clears were okay. So this will be a B minus.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was the high alpha when I was informed with you. So like, I was so confused as to like why we were pulling so hard and why you weren't putting the boards in. I was like, what is happening? And then I realized what maneuver it was, and I backed off to my position. But then like I looked at the tape, and it was like we're rolling out for the maneuver, and it's 2.5 miles. So I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna have to like do this in like 2 seconds. I was like, well, I hope his roll-in's stable, and it was. But then for some reason, like, I dropped the stick a little bit, so I got below you, and then I got ahead of you, like, from the crowd perspective, so it's gonna look pretty sloppy. Also, that was a pretty big, like, nose high. What
Yeah.
angle are you, what ladder are you going for with that?
I wasn't actually going for. I wasn't paying attention to the ladder. Usually just like 5 degrees.
Okay. I think all we really need is 2.5 to be level on rollout.
Okay.
If we're doing 380.
Yeah.
This is based on all my testing that I did a while ago and the couple of flights that I've flown recently. So if
Okay.
you just do like if you split the difference, it should give us a level. But yeah, once the roll was fine. It's a little over-rolled. I think that's both of us. And then the rest of the clears were fine. Timing was good. Spotted you coming back around. So I don't know, another C minus. I think I handled it well once I got there, but I was confused at the beginning, and then just didn't fly my best once we got inverted.
Yeah. Let's see. So section high alpha. Remembering the problem I'd had with the setup for the previous maneuver, I kind of made some adjustments, which I think were generally good. We were just a little fast, so the maneuver ended up being a little short. But other than that, I think for the most part, it was okay. The rollout ended up being really like smooth all the way through, which I don't normally do. But it seemed like it was just sort of shaping up into the right sort of thing. The one thing I will say about it is that I was conscious that we were starting the maneuver at 500 feet, which is right at the top of where you want to be, and we had a little bit of climb. So I allowed the VSI to fall during the maneuver. So I had about 200 degrees or 200 feet per minute of descent throughout the maneuver until the last little bit, which I did intentionally. But other than that, this one feels like probably I don't know, C. Yeah. C plus, maybe even. It's definitely below a B, but it wasn't too bad.
My firm flying was great all the way in, except for that slow rollout, which I just didn't really catch smoothly. But I got into the right position and was right bang on with you the whole way in. Crossed center point, called the clear at the right time, pushed over to wings level, which, given our high altitude, worked out just fine, and then just caught it with speed. All in all, I'm going to give myself a B plus on this one. I think this one was one of the better ones I've done in a while, and the only great thing about this show. Moving on to the Wander, this went about as well as I expected it to. I want to hug the island for this maneuver, so that's exactly what we were doing. A little bit inboard to outboard angle, which is fine. And I just think I might have left my timing on the pole. No, my pole timing is exactly right. Great. But my roll timing and pole timing was very early. So, gross there. Yeah, I'm going to give myself a B minus.
Struggling a little bit with form flying in the corner. The rollout, there was a point in the rollout the way that happened faster than I was expecting, and it's just really hard to look into the hillside at your jet because of the way that like graphics work. If it were in real life, it'd be distracting to have all that stuff behind you, but it wouldn't be like it's like difficult to look at. It's like I feel my eyes were like not happy with me. So that made that flying line abreast past that hillside difficult. Yeah, the pop, but I could tell that you must have rolled and pulled early because as soon as I looked at you, you were like way out past where I was like, oh, I can't catch him. So just hold what I got, and we'll do what we got. So this is probably a B, maybe a B minus because of the rollout. I didn't catch. There was some form flying like wobblies that I didn't quite manage very well in the rollout before the hit.
All right, Delta roll. This maneuver here is really hard because there's this hill, and if you look at what I'm looking at right now, there's this cutout here. There you go. There's this cutout right here, and you want to enter somewhere around here. But if you wait, if your pole isn't hard enough around the corner, you end up having to come over this ridge, and that just puts you in a really steep angle, and that ridge is at about 2.8. So you can't actually get back. You can't actually get low enough to get back up in time to do the roll. So that's why the turn was so yanky, and the rollout was so janky because I'm trying to get us over the brow of this hill.
Yeah.
So like it's just a little bit of a party. But managed to do so. And then the roll itself was very smooth. Just high, which it's going to be at the show site. There's nothing you can really do about that. Man, did we get blown. So I don't know. I think this one's C plus. I've done better than I did better than I have done at any of my tests at this show site. But I'd like to enter a little bit with a little bit more of a higher angle dropping down over this ridge line, so it's less of a flat entry, because I think that'll make it easier to accomplish the maneuver. But yeah, C minus.
Let me see. So yeah, form flying again in the corner. I just wasn't comfortable. There's a point in the rollout where I think you added drive or whatever. I don't know if it was anything you did honestly though, but I definitely, yeah. Like there was a point where I was like, I think I haven't hit him in over a year, but it might happen now. I didn't, but it got really close. And I was like, and then even if I don't, it's entirely possible that the game is going to decide that we hit each other because this is like really close.
That is.
But we didn't hit, and so I was like, all right, cool. And then I proceeded to fly one of the better ones of the actual roll maneuver itself than I have done maybe since the High Show project. So there's a safety in there, which makes this an F. And I'm not going to grade what I think it would have been if I hadn't had that. Needless to say, it was quite a good actual roll in the box.
I could tell.
But it was kind of funny because I was like, it felt like you rolled a little quicker than you sometimes do. And I was like, oh, am I going to lose him? But I was like, no, this is fine. It feels stable and fine. So, and I was able to adjust as we were going to stay in position. And yeah.
All right, we're going to have to clip a little bit on these. Flirtily, yeah, turn-in was fine. Breakaway was fine. Rolls were good. Turn-by crowd was also fine. It's just a little low. Coming over the hill. So that meant that I had to like adjust the turn a little bit. And then the rollout was fine up the hill. The rolls to the set were fine as well. We were a little bit slow, so I had to start the set rolls a little early. All in all, I'm going to give myself a C on this one as well, because I want to get that altitude a little bit better next time.
Yeah, so fleur-de-lis, the first part of it, the actual, like the fleur-de-lis maneuver itself, B is perfectly acceptable, well within the range, normal stuff. Form flying was fine. Timing was pretty good. Roll behind crown was fine. Rejoin was a little late for the over-the-top solo rejoin thingy. Really need to come up with a name for that. Anyway, and I was a little bit like inboard of you relative to crowd, which I was trying to fix with rudder without doing too much with bank angle, and didn't quite manage at least. But I was like, well, let's just stay in roughly in the same spot relative to each other. Maybe it'll look okay from crowd. I don't know. And then the actual thing itself, I was pretty okay. But I forgot to scoot down to your wing, your right wing, on the second set, which I normally do. So I kind of had to do it right as you were clearing, and that's not ideal. So that'll knock it down to a B minus. But the whole thing was like kind of normal-ish. All right, loop across turn was pretty good. I was like doing the normal radio call and realized I needed to do some maneuvering, and then you were like talking about being in, and that made the like adjustments and the rollout a lot faster and more aggressive than they normally would be because I was waiting for radio stuff to finish. But the setup was actually pretty good. Being outboard, I think, was fine. And the only thing I didn't account for is the amount of like crosswind we're getting, and so we're also getting blown further out. So maybe I wouldn't do that quite as much in the future. But yeah, up we go is fine. When we were coming over the top, I was like, oh man, we might actually nail center point here. But then we got kind of pointed back outboard, and so we ended up being 0.1 outboard, but more or less on center point. Looks like maybe half to the right. Angle was pretty good. Altitude was a little high. Outbounds were fine. And speeds were pretty decent. Up we go. 4G. I was a little late to the 8 alpha, but that was fine. The ladder came a little quick on the way down and a little steep, and then inbounds were pretty good, except for I think the 2 to the 1 was a little fast. And then I just like got out ahead of the smoke off call. So I said smoke, and I was like, oh, I'm not even anywhere near ready to smoke off, but I have to complete this. And so I delayed it as long as I felt I could, but I didn't want to like just disappear off the radio for 3 seconds. So that was not quite right. Overall, B.
Yeah. Rejoin was great. Flew good form. The rollout was... I was not even going to try and catch it, given how fast it was, because if I did that, I'd probably wing climb, and I was like, I'm going to fly this safe. I think that was a good call. Didn't quite catch her, up we go, but then started getting my head at about the 90, or about vertical, and just like reminded myself to just, you know, the terrible aviation adage, but is actually applies well to form flying, which is don't think, just do. Don't use your brain, just fly what you're looking at. And so I did that for the rest of the maneuver, and I literally said it out loud. You'll hear it on the stream. But then the rest of the maneuver was, the rest of the form flying was good. I didn't pull up when you said to pull up. I don't know why, but so I bottomed out a little bit hard. Then I was ahead of you going outbound, which was weird. And then
I leveled out high. Interesting.
over the top, I was just like behind you, and then I was a little bit shallow versus your steep, and then because of the tailwind, I was idle, not boards, but idle all the way in, and it just about worked. I'm a little ahead, but yeah. But then I was at 330 coming around the corner, so I had to ease out a lot of pull, and it was just a lot of burner, and so I dealed into the rejoin. Alright, Delta breakout. Let's see, grade C plus.
Yeah, I'm going to knock mine down to a B minus because I was pretty high on the outbound when we were after the break. Yeah, the turn for the Delta breakout was pretty measured. I lined up pretty well. It was 5 right. I was a little high, and I had to bring in some like little kind of late game adjustments, and I did roll through, which is not was not ideal, and I didn't really catch it when I did it, and so I had to. That was bad. The actual break itself was fine. This is a C.
Rejoin took a while, which was fine given my fuel state, and rejoin and rollout were good. Flew nice. I did not expect the roll through. I've been pretty good at catching those previously, but I just didn't expect it, and so like he started to come towards me, and so I did a little bit of extra avoidance there, because I already felt like I was pretty tight, because we're only 58 feet apart. So, but yeah, breakout was well timed, but apparently didn't pull as hard as you did, so I'll be interested to see what that looks like in both of our jets on the hood. But it looks like it ended up well, so I'll take it. Delta flat pass was pretty good. Nice and easy, smooth, good speed. Rolled out a little bit late, but that's okay, and then just stuck it, even though we were a little nose down. Just wanted to give you a good platform to fly off of. I'm going to give the Delta flat pass a B. What's up?
Great.
Okay. Are you going to grade it, or?
Oh, the Delta flat pass?
Yeah.
B. Yeah. Honestly, it was some of my best form flying of the show.
Cool. Delta left fetch Victor land is an F, because I was talking and like looking at knee boards on things and not flying the jet for too long, and then I created a situation that I couldn't recover from easily. So basically, we had too much climb in our turn. So by the time I rolled this out, we had already passed through where the runway was, so I had to come back left, and then we had to straighten back out, and I just kind of kept the heading. And like I didn't call a few of those turns, and so that's where the F comes from. And then we were high. We were at 600 feet, so that was a bummer. The rest of the landing was on parameters and fine. A little bit of a shallow landing. F.
Yep. I don't really have a lot to say. Form flying was fine. I wasn't phased by some of those adjustments you're making that much. The big thing is that you did arrival checks, and I just didn't feel like I could afford to go into the cockpit, so I just didn't do any of them. I said I repeated them back. I read them back, but I didn't do any of them. And then like once we rolled out after the pitch up break, then I like did a bunch of that because I had a couple of seconds to like look inside the cockpit and do it. But that meant that I was kind of high on that rollout. But the overall is like I don't know, a little flat on final. A little bit of angle still, probably B minus.
Taxi back, uneventful B.
Same.
And that's it. Let's go watch some tape. I have a cutoff at 4:30.
All right.
So we're going to be ripping through some of these outside the boxes.
Fine with me.
Making first step. Yeah, dude, I flew a show where the winds were 25 knots. And the trees were going crazy. It's just windy over here out on the ocean. Meow.
Huh, look at the crab.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wait a
baby.
I don't think it was that bad.
Pretty good. It's one of our better ones.
Yeah. Just need to bank less, apparently.
Hello, Pagoda.
Pagoda.
314.
Yep. 314 magnetic.
So, 314. There we go. 314 magnetic. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a view here. That'll do right there. We'll watch for an approach. Looking for specks in the sky. There they are. That's some wind. Probably, change the sound so the stream can hear stuff, because it's more fun when you can hear noises. Oh good, I got that timing right. Yay! I thought about that, over the course of the last couple of weeks. Not too low.
Yeah, like half a jet.
Bushes. It's fine, we don't clear behind the crowd that much.
Hit was good, just like 4, 5 left.
Yep. Yeah. I like my clears to be snappy. Okay, I'm gonna have to move forward a little bit, I think. Oh wait, never mind, the hill's in the way. This is just what it's gonna look like.
Oh, well.
There he goes. Yeah, big sink. It's just normally I yug too much.
I love it. You said you were 300 high, so I set low.
Well, I think with the sink it ended up going down to 100.
It's actually not too bad. It just was behind you because I didn't roll early enough, and I got a little sucked.
Smoke timing. Run off, run off. Yeah, we're getting blown. Yes, I got the parallax right.
Yeah, looks great.
It's crazy how much more I can pay attention to now that I've flown this a lot, because I knew I had yugged more than you when we went into the rolls. Like, there were things that I was able to adjust to because I was noticing, I could pay attention to it. Dude, it looked like you were going so fast, even though you were going like 330. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think I'd honestly prefer to have a crosswind than like down one of the like show right or show left.
Well, it's gonna be this.
In this
high,
case, it was
yeah.
a quartering. Yeah, which is funny because like 8 knots is not much. Like in
That's why
real
they
life.
have ground speed on their heads. Might have been a little bit late on the pole. That might be a little bit of our altitude discrepancy as well. Oh, also, don't forget to adjust the date.
Right. Yep. I didn't, but I did the last time, so we would have just been the same quote day that we flew the last show. Angle was way bad. It was a little late.
That's pretty good.
Yep, not too bad. I could just do better, and I know it.
Looks pretty good. Just a little crowd right, or crowd left because of the wind. Should have gone up at 1.2. Don't ask me about the reapproach.
Huh.
Nice.
Yeah, all right. A little high, or a little low.
It's so hard to get that right because I think that's one of the reasons, Caleb, why they do it the way they do it today.
Because then they can make sure the hit happens.
Yep.
Yeah, because you're trying to like do all that like distance and setting while you're inverted. After you've already done a 2 points of a 4-point roll, yeah, it's hard. But if you set at the right altitude to start with, then you
Theoretically, you should be right on. Yeah. Jeez. It's a cool show site.
It's hard
Yeah.
because of the hill.
But like,
We have not had weather that has been like I thought today was going to be fine because like 8 knots isn't too much wind and there's like a really high ceiling and like I thought the problem was going to be the visibility, but that wasn't so bad. So I need to remember to not have my HUD as to dim my HUD a little bit so I could see through it to see you.
I couldn't because multiple times in the show I pull up in that direction to crowd left and the sun was right in it.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
This was a really good regen for me.
That's one of those scenarios though where like in real life, if you're doing that, you could probably just reach up real quick and knob it. But
I don't have any knobs left.
No, I don't either.
Oh, this was almost really good.
Yeah.
I knew what I needed to do. Like, you'd have no idea that we just rolled into that.
Yeah. That's actually, yeah, it looks sloppier than either of us are happy with, but it was not too bad.
No. This will take a minute. Yeah, I was hearing the stall horn and I was like, I mean, man knows what he's doing.
No, it was all intentional.
Yeah. And I was right there with you. I was like, I'm not going to adjust anything.
I think in a perfect world, I want to be doing it more like 350 than 500, but better high than low.
Looks good. I'm
Yep.
a little underneath you, but, you know.
Oh, this clear wasn't the best. It's fine. It just was not quite as dynamic as I normally want it to be. Not quite enough pull here.
Yeah. Getting this, I've been working on this wander approach, like the clear and everything.
You just, I mean, go watch the stream. What I'm seeing, you probably won't even be able to see very much because of the like artifacting and compression from YouTube. But like, yeah, it was very hard to do.
Yeah, the wind didn't help. Here we go. Nice, dude.
Dude, that's very stable. I'll take
really
it.
Good.
I will take it.
you're gonna get one good thing out of the show, like...
That was funny, because I remember when I was landing and I was like, that show feels like a D or maybe lower, except the Delta roll.
Yep. That was really good, dude.
Yep.
I was like, as I was rolling, I was like, I have to crank this. He's just gonna have to keep up.
No, it's fine. Honestly, I think it's easier to do it with a... As long as the... I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know what inputs you're doing. But I know that there are certain regimes when you do it, and sometimes faster is easier to follow. I don't know why I get kicked out and can't get back to you on the situations where that happens, but...
Nice. That looks good.
Yeah, that's good.
Ah, didn't even look that low.
No. Honestly, it didn't feel that low compared to what you sometimes do.
Dude, there were some trees.
I'm well aware. I had to do the, like, split thing at the beginning, and that's another good one to see in the stream.
Yeah, my clear from the inverted tuckover was pretty low, too. And you've got some trees above you as you're doing your yug.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Yeah, I definitely came up over the hill on that initial opposed maneuver.
I could go further. There we go. Never know.
Nope.
That's the thing
Looks
about
great.
watching from the crowd, is like, there are lots of mistakes that you just don't see. So the ones you do see are pretty big.
Yeah. Like the... oh, nice. That actually worked. Good. Okay, I'm starting to get there.
Looks
Yeah, I
good.
leveled out high.
Yeah.
That's why that happened. It's also why some of those, like, up we go things were out of whack, because I was 200 feet high. Yeah, so no, the cross of the first show we saw when we were in Milwaukee, and I don't remember who it was, like, bailed. Like, this must have been a big deal, because they, like,
yeah.
full on, like,
Just departed.
bank and... I don't know what, yeah.
Yeah, I could tell they were thinking about leaving the formation. But then where do you go? You've got 6 jets all converging from every compass point.
Right, yeah.
Like, what part of sky do you go to? I guess you just kind of take your quadrant and, like, do something safe.
You just have to get through the cross point.
Maybe he was looking at the wrong boat or something. Look at this crap.
Or the wrong... Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think you just rolled a little quicker than I did. But not by a lot.
Yeah, I'd say that was a D show, but it looked like a C show from the ground.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So that means, think about what that means for the real guys.
I will say, having done an aerobatics course now, like... And, like, I generally don't get motion sick, but I've definitely been sick to my stomach more doing that than at any other time in my life.
Oh, the aerobatics course? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with your own flying?
It's definitely worse when the instructor's flying and I'm just riding.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
dude. Locked
Yeah.
in.
Oh, that was
That
good.
looks great. Good job.
Thank you.
That's what we're talking about.
I don't know how, because, like, at the beginning of the show, I was all over the shop as far as formation flying, but the couple of maneuvers where I needed to be locked in, I was locked in.
I gotta get there. I gotta get there quick. This is a really fast approach.
You're fine.
Alright.
And then also the G's, too. Like,
Yeah.
like I like to think that I would enjoy a ride along with Blue Angel, and I 100% would take one regardless, but, like, the G's hurt. and you get sick to your stomach, it doesn't feel fun.
It's cool you flew pits.
Yeah. I have now 4 hours in the pits.
That's really cool.
Those things are fun. Also, the other thing about aerobatics that's different than like with, I mean, this is aerobatics too, but like with those aerobatic airplanes, those little guys, you're just going from maneuver to maneuver to maneuver.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess you could with a fighter, but you're still like resetting on a show line, whereas like it's all in the box. You're just like, well, I'm going to loop it and hammerhead, then I'm going to do, you know, the roll and the, yeah.
Thanks, DCS. Thank you.
You can see the crab.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice that one.
It did not feel that bad in the jet, no.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't. But that explains why I rolled out left of center line when I landed. Because I had some crab in it and I didn't notice it.
Oh. Too tight. Okay. Noted. The not evenly spaced planes. You can wait to turn until it makes sense for you.
Yeah, well, I thought I was going to be early and have to park and wait for you to get to it, and so I slowed down, and then it turned out I was late. So I just misjudged it.
Great.
Cool stuff.
All right, folks, that's going to be it for us for now. But thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you